Hello, you are welcome to this video tutorial. This is David Gladness. On today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you on how you can create a very simple sales flyer, and this is the particular sales flyer we are going to be replicating for the sake of this tutorial. Now, follow me carefully. This particular design is very simple. It is very simple, but then it looks so smart because of the design concept and how the design elements were being positioned. So for you to be able to achieve something like this, you need to follow me carefully so that you will not go off track and you will be able to achieve something like this. All right, as I've said earlier, this is a very simple design, but then it is very smart due to the uniqueness, the way everything was positioned. All right, now without further ado, let's proceed with the tutorial. All right, so when you open your PIXELLAB, you are likely to get something like this. You can see that. Now, I'm just going to delete this default text by tapping on it, then click on this place you are seeing the delete icon. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is to set our background. The first thing we are going to do now is to set our background. To set our background, just tap on this place you're seeing my cursor. Now click on this place you're seeing color to select a color. Now we are going to be making use of a deep red color. We are going to be making use of a deep red color. Now to select color, basically all you need to do is to scroll and check if you're having the color you want, or just tap on this place you're seeing plus. Then you can make use of your hands to select from here. You can see this place, this circle, this big interface. You can tap on it to select it from here. Then since we need a deep red, you can easily scroll. You can easily scroll, touch this shade to select the type you want. But then I have the color code already, and we are going to be making use of color code. Color code is as long as you have the color you want to use. No need of you using your hand to select anything. So tap on this place you are seeing plus. Now you see this pencil-like icon at the this particular one. Tap on it. Now after tapping on it, this place you're seeing this FFE B3B. That's the particular color code, the yellow background at the moment. Now the color code we are going to be using, clear it off, then input the color code we are going to use, which is 4C 0000. 4C and 40. You can see that 4C000. Now after typing in the color code, just tap on this mark icon at the right corner, and as you can see, it has given us the background we wanted. Now just click on this place you are seeing OK, and as you can see, this is what we've got. All right, now the next thing we are going to do is to import our design resources. To import your design resources, all you need to do is to tap on this place you are seeing import right here. Now it's going to redirect you to your gallery. Then you can select the resources you need. But then the first thing I'm going to import is the original flyer I already created. You can see that, so that it will be guiding us through. Then I'll increase the size and hide it for now. This is the original flyer we want to replicate. So I'll just hide it for now. Then I will import my other resources by clicking on this place you're seeing import. Then I'm going to locate them from my gallery. All right, as you can see, this is the burger image. So I'm just going to tap on it now and hide it. Then lock it up. Now the next resources I'm going to need here is the table-like stuff. So I'll just click on my gallery. All right, so this is the particular table I used. Now, all you need to do here, you can see it is having a background. Actually, you can remove the background, but then instead of removing the background, you can also crop it out. Just hold this down and crop it. Please don't crop it too much, just a little. You can see that, so that that white space will not be showing. Then after cropping, once you are done cropping, tap on this mark icon. As you can see, now you can go to your relative size, increase the size. Then you can activate your grid line, because I would like this to be at the middle. So activate your grid line and activate the magnet icon. Then just scroll down. Just bring this down like this, as you can see. Now leave it there for now. Let's see. All right, now let's work on this particular desk. Tap on it, then scroll to where you are going to see color filter. Then when you get to color filter, you can see this place you're seeing brightness. Just reduce the brightness. We don't want it to be bright, okay? So you can just leave the brightness on -60. I think this is actually great. -60 is a good number. I want to move it up a little bit. Yes. Now the next thing you're going to do, let's make our burger visible. Now we need to work on this particular burger. As you can see, we need to work on it. We need to make it look realistic. First, we are going to reduce the size, position it at the middle. And as you can see, if we want to move this to the downside, Of course, it is looking as if it is actually on that table, but then to make it more realistic, we need to form a shadow. We need to give this a shadow effect. All right, now to form the shadow, all we need to do is position it wherever we want it to be first. Then we copy it. Just tap on this place you're seeing copy. Now, after copying it, position this one as well at the middle and move it on top of each other. Make sure it is properly placed on top of each other. Now, go to where you are going to see erase color. This place you are seeing eraser. Just go to where you're going to see eraser, please. Tap on eraser. You can see this. This is the size of your erasing tool. Then erase a good number of this burger. Just erase a good number of the burger. You can see that. You can see what I'm doing there. Erase a good number of it. And as you can see, once you have seen that you have erased it properly, just tap on this mark icon. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to scroll to where you're going to see opacity to reduce the transparency. Just go to where you're going to see opacity, then reduce it to 0. You can see that. Now, scroll to where you are going to see shadow. All right. Then enable the shadow. You can see that. Now, the blur radius is going to be on 10. Don't tamper with the offset X and offset Y. Okay, let's increase our blur radius a little bit more to 15. Now, we want to reduce the shadow transparency. To reduce the shadow transparency, just tap on this place you are seeing plus. Then you can see reduce this transparency. And this is great. Now, tap on the layer icon at the top corner. Then position this particular one, which is the shadow. Move it to the downside. Make sure it is at the back of the first burger. Or to move it, just tap on this. You can see this dot. You can use it, long press on it to move. All right. So make sure you are still tapping on that particular shadow effect. Now you can see that it's already looking real. You can see that it is already looking real. So you can go to your position, reduce the move to, and move it down a little bit. Let's go to our blur radius. Go to the shadow again and reduce the blur radius. We don't want the blur radius to be too much. All right, I think this is actually great. This is actually great. So I'll just go to my position and move it down a little bit more. All right, so this is great. Now, you can see that it is looking so real, and it is actually looking as if that burger is on top of the desk. All right, now, the next thing we are going to do is to merge the shadow effect and the original burger together. By tapping on the layer, tap on this place, then select the two resources, the shadow and the original burger. Now, tap on this place to merge them together, then click on OK. All right, as you can see, our images has been merged, and now we can move them together. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to copy the burger image. By tapping on this place, you are saying copy. All right. After copying it, we are going to reduce the size a little bit. Now, position it around here. Position it around here. You can see that. Make sure you are positioning it around here like this. Make sure the height is the same as this particular burger. So, just leave this here. Now copy this particular small one. Bring it around here. Bring it around here. You can see that. Then click on this place you are seeing crop. Then flip it by tapping on this. You can see to flip it to the other side. Then tap on mark. Now the next thing we are going to do is to click on the layer icon. By tapping on this place you are seeing at the top. Now you can see the biggest burger right here. Move it to the top of the two burgers. And you can see what we've got. And this is actually great. This is beautiful. All right. I would like to move this down a little bit. So you can tap on it. These images. Tap on it. Then let's count. 1, 2, 3. Tap on this as well. Move this down. 1, 2, 3. Then I would like to move this down a little bit as well. So just take your time. I feel like increasing the size. Then I'll position it at the middle. So take your time to adjust your burger. Make it look so realistic, okay? So I'll just give this a little bit space. I want to give it a little bit space. So position them. Don't let it to be so close to each other. All right, this is actually perfect. And as you can see, the burger is looking so realistic. So now the next thing we're going to do is to bring in our text. The next thing we are going to do now is to start bringing in our text. Now, we are just going to tap on this place you're seeing A. Tap on this place you're seeing A. Then click on text. Now the first text we are going to work with is just delicious. Just type delicious. You can see that and leave it there for now. Duplicate the text, or you bring in another text. Edit, then input burger in capital letter. All right. Now, the first thing we're going to do now is to change the font we want to use for this delicious text. Tap on it. Now, the font I used and other resources will be provided for you wherever you are seeing this video from. Okay. Now, the font I actually use is Infinite Stroke. So you can download it or just follow the resources. I will provide it for you as well. Then I'll just go to my font. It's under my font. Then I'll just search for, you can see this is the name of the font right here, Infinite Stroke Border Cloud. All right. Now I'm going to increase the size a little bit and position it at the middle by using the grid line. Now tap on the burger text. The font I actually use for the burger text is called Funny and Cute. So you can download it if you need it. I already dropped a tutorial on my YouTube channel. If you need it, or you can just reach out to me to guide you through on how to install more fonts to your PIXELLAB. All right. Now you can see this particular D. Sorry. You can see this particular D text. You can see that it looks as if it was cropped out. So we are just going to edit that. We can adjust that. Now to adjust it, all you need to do is tap on the text, go to where you're going to see padding. This place you're seeing padding. Then increase the left padding. You can add 4. Also do well to increase your right padding to 4 as well. You can see it has been fixed. Now you can position it at the middle. You can position it at the middle by activating your grid line and tap on the magnet icon. All right, now we want to work on this burger text. So we'll increase the size a little bit, move it up, then go to where you're going to see inner shadow. All right, then activate it. Now follow me carefully, please. The blur radius, just leave your blur radius at 5. Your blur radius should be at 5. Then your offset X should just be on 2. Then you can reduce the offset Y to -3. Now you can see that the text is looking too dark. It is looking dark. Tap on the text, then go to your inner shadow. Now we are going to reduce the shadow transparency by tapping on this place you are seeing plus. Then reduce the shadow transparency. Just reduce the shadow transparency. Then click on OK. And as you can see, look at the uniqueness. Look at how that text is looking. And this is actually great. All right. So let's just move this down a little bit. Great. Now the next thing we are going to do is to bring in another text. Just tap on this place you are seeing plus. Edit the text. Then let me look at the original text I used. So let me just move the original flyer to front so that it can be my guideline. Okay, get your delicious hamburger now with 40% discount. So I'll just edit it. All right, this is great. Now I want to change the fonts, but then before changing the fonts, let's change our alignment. So click on this place you are seeing align, then click on the center. Click on the centered align. Now you can reduce the size to something very small. Position it at the middle. Make use of this. You can see what I'm doing there. Make use of this to adjust your text. This is actually okay. Reduce the size a little bit. And you can see what we've got there. Now the font I'm going to use, just click on AB font. I would just like to change the font. And you can actually make use of this original font itself. So just click on AB font. I think the font I used was this first one. It should be available for you as well. So just click on this first Abizi regular, then click on OK. So I want to make this visible so that it will be our guideline. Yes, I think we are actually doing the right thing. We are still on track. Okay, so I'll just reduce the size of the text a little bit and position it here. Then I'll go to my burger text to move it down a little bit more. And as you can see, this is really beautiful and we are already achieving something. Now, you can see that background looks so empty. Now we are going to import a texture effect. So I'm just going to click on this this place you are seeing my cursor, then click on import. Then I'm going to import a sunburst effect. All right, as you can see, this sunburst effect is actually having a background, but then the resources I'm going to provide for you, I might help you to remove the background. And you don't really need to. If you are using PIXELLAB, you can still remove the background without using you can remove the background easily by coming to this place. You are seeing erase color, then click on enable. As you can see, the background is gone. Now the next thing you're going to do is to click on color, enable your color, and make use of a normal white color. You can see that. Now go to position to move it to back. Just click on this place you are seeing to back. Then as you can see, it has moved the text to back. Now we are going to our opacity. Then we are going to reduce the opacity to I think 4 or 5 is a good number. And as you can see, this is actually great, and we are already achieving something. As I've said earlier, it is a very simple flyer, but then the uniqueness make it look so smart. Now, so that you will not be mistakenly tapping on the sunburst, just make sure you lock them so that you will not be mistakenly tapping on them. All right. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to import a shape. Tap on this place you are seeing shape. Now, position your shape around here. Adjust it to something like this. Now, there is something I want to show you. Let me just hide the shape for now. I want to work with the grid line. So, let me just refresh. Your grid line is going to be something like this, okay? So, to add a grid line, you can tap on this. You can see this is the magnet icon, right? You can tap on the one beside it. To add a horizontal line, you can tap on this. To add a vertical line, you can tap on this. So I'm just going to tap on this place to add a horizontal line, and you can see what we've got right here. So I'm just going to move it around here. This is going to be like our guideline. Now when you have done tapping on it, just tap on this setting icon again, and as you can see, this is what we've got. Now the next thing we're going to do is to bring back this shape to make it visible. Now click on edit. The color we want to use is going to be the same thing as the background, but then it's going to be a little bit bright. So just tap on this plus icon, click on the color code, and then the color code I'm going to use, I think that is 7E000. You can see that. Then tap on this mark icon and click on OK. This is a little bit brighter than the normal background. Now you can see this place you're seeing radius. Increase your radius a little bit. Increase your radius a little bit. You can make use of 3 or 4, but then I think I would prefer to use 3. Now you can see what the grid line is doing. So adjust your shape to something like this. I'll reduce the height a little bit and position it here. Now scroll up and you can see stroke. Make use of just 1 for the stroke. Scroll down and change the stroke color to a white color. You can see that. Then tap on this place you are seeing mark. Now let's check what we've got. All right. Let's remove the stroke from here by tapping on this place you are seeing edit. Now we are going to remove the stroke and add it from outside. We are not getting what we want. So tap on this mark. Now tap on the shape and go to this place you are seeing stroke. So add the stroke from outside and make use of just 1 and make sure your stroke color is white. And as you can see, this is just exactly what we want. Now you can tap on the shape, edit it a little bit more. I want to reduce the height. Then I'll bring this down as well. And this is great. Tap on mark. Now we can make use of the grid line to make sure our shape is at the middle. We want to give it an effect. You can see that effect we used on this particular burger. We are going to use that same effect, that type of effect for this particular shape as well. So let's go to inner shadow, enable the shadow. Now we are going to reduce the shadow transparency. That's the first thing we are going to do. Reduce our shadow transparency, then click on OK. Now the blur radius, we are going to leave it at 10. The offset X should be on 7. Let's just make use of 7 for our offset X. Then the offset Y is just going to be on -7. Yes, I think this is actually great. Now mark it. Now you can see the difference. You can see the kind of effect we are having now. Now you can duplicate the shape and position this second one here. All right, this is great. Now duplicate that text, get your delicious hamburger, duplicate the text, edit it and input order now. So I'm just going to input order now in capital letters. Then click on OK. I'm not seeing the text because it is now small. You can click on this place. You are seeing the relative position to move it to the middle. Okay, this is the text right here. So I'll just position it around here like this. So I'll activate my grid line again so that it will help me put it at the middle. You can see that red line is showing me. Now duplicate this order now as well. Please don't tamper with the size. Position it around here, edit the text and just input any phone number. In my case, I'm just going to input my phone number. Then click on OK. And let's check what we've got. All right, as you can see, look at how simple this design is, but then the uniqueness just make it so professional. So let's increase the size of our burger text a little bit more. Then I'm going to position it at the middle. I will increase the size of the delicious as well, just a little. The delicious text, okay, let me move it up. I increase the size. Then I'm going to position it at the middle as well. Now you can see that this is really beautiful. So you can decide to move this down a little bit. Then go to your relative position to move it to the middle. We can decide to move this down as well. All right. So let's just check if they're okay. There is one particular stuff I use here. You can see this particular this white stuff. It's actually a font, and as I've said earlier, everything will be provided for you as well. All you need to do now is just tap on plus, bring in a text, edit that particular text, and input capital letter S. Now the font I use is Pinky Doodles, Little Pinky Doodles. So you can tap on this place. You're seeing AB font, and then I'm going to click on this place. You're seeing okay. Let me just search for it. Little Pink. You can see that Little Pinky Doodles, and you can see what we've got. Now you can increase the size, then rotate this like this, and as you can see, we have been able to replicate this particular design. Very simple, but then it looks so smart. So thank you for sticking around with me to the end of this video tutorial. See you on the next one.